Alrighty, everybody, welcome to our broadcast tonight. So tonight we're showing you how to set up your eBay account for the first time. And a lot of you who are watching this right now probably don't have an eBay account, looking to set one up for the first time. Maybe you've never done any shopping on eBay. Or maybe you've got an account and you're wondering, well, hey, should I set up a separate account? So I want to discuss all that today for a few minutes and make sure you guys can get that done. I'm going to do a little walkthrough for you. And if your screen looks a little different than mine, don't panic. I know sometimes eBay will display differently depending on what kind of a device you're viewing it from. So it might look a little different on an iPhone versus a Samsung versus a tablet versus a laptop versus a desktop. And depending on what kind of browser you're using, if you're using Google Chrome or Internet Explorer or Firefox or Safari, whatever the case may be. So sometimes you guys will see this training and say, hey, wait a minute, your screen looks differently than mine. Well, it probably does, but the concepts are going to be very much the same, okay? All right, so assuming, of course, that I'm setting up an eBay account for the first time, let me just remind you the reason why we're doing eBay as part of this program is it's just one of the quickest ways to see revenue come back into your business. I mean, I'm well aware, as we all are here in the coaching program, that you guys invest a lot to be here, and we're sensitive to that. And part of any sort of successful endeavor in your life needs to be some short-term wins. The example I always like to use when you go to the gym and you're trying to work out and lose weight or look a little bit better, especially this time of year, right, when everybody's outdoors and swimming and enjoying good weather. It's hard to continue to do something unless you see short wins, unless you work out for several weeks and see some improvement in your physique or the way you feel. And I feel the very same way about a business. If you're not seeing some revenue come in quickly and some short-term wins, it's hard to continue on with the same sort of vigor and enthusiasm. So that's why we do eBay here. I think you guys can get short-term wins here and long-term wins. And I want to show you tonight how to get your account set up for the first time if you've never done it before. So you're going to start out by going to ebay.com. Pretty easy, right? www.ebay.com, and go to the home page. It'll look something like what you're seeing here, okay? Maybe a little different depending on when you're seeing this. Now, I'm going to look for a sign in button somewhere on the page. And right now, I see mine here at the top left. There's sign in or register. Now, if I've already got an eBay account, I'm just going to go click sign in. And the question I always get from clients is, hey, wait a minute, Trevor, I've had an eBay account for a long time. Should I just use that? Or should I set up a brand new one for the business? And the answer is you should probably just use your old one. eBay likes older accounts. So if you've got an older account, even if you haven't done much with it, you put that to work. Use that. If you want to change an email on the account or some of your personal information, you absolutely can. If you don't have an account at all and you've got to set up a new one, then come out here and click register, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do that first. Let's select register up here at the top left. And it's going to take me to a page that looks like this. Now I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see this a bit better. And you'll notice I've got a couple of tabs here. I guess I'll circle this with my pen. I've got a register tab right here, and I've got a sign in tab right here. Now, if I want to just sign into my old account, I can click sign in, and I can put in either a username or an eBay user ID in this box. So that's either going to be it's either going to be an email or it's going to be a user ID. And pardon my handwriting here. I'm writing with my mouse. Some of you guys are making fun of me, I know. Okay. And then in the second box here, this is where your password goes. Now you're going to tell me, hey, wait a minute. I don't remember my username or password to get in. Well, can I suggest you simply call eBay directly? Okay. I'm going to give you their phone number right now if you need to get in touch with their customer service. It's pretty straightforward. It's 866. Okay. I'll write it down right here. 866 5 540-3229. Again, 866-540-3229 if you need to call them. And see if you can't get access to your old account. Sometimes they just got to verify some information. Sometimes you can call in and say, hey, I can't remember how I logged in before. Let me give you my email or my username, or here's my name or my address or phone number, and a lot of times they can look up your account. I would prefer that you guys use an older account if you have access to it. But if you don't, you need to set up a new account. Seriously, no big deal. We'll set up a new account and be just fine. And you're not really at that much of a disadvantage if you do that. So let's go to the register section here. I just clicked on that. And the first thing it's going to ask me for if I'm registering a new account, it's going to say, well, wait a minute. Do you want a personal account or a business account? What do we want here, guys? You could do either and sell. But can I suggest this? Can I suggest a business account for just a second? And I could give you a lot of reasons for that. I'm not going to go over them tonight, other than to say what eBay says here. When I select business account, notice their box here. It says, qualify for business selling limits, promotions, and get professional tools to help you grow. Business accounts are for more serious eBay sellers, and you actually do get some added tools and benefits that you wouldn't get if you just had a personal account. My suggestion is set up a business account. If you have an older account and you're not sure if it's a personal or a business, give eBay a call and check with them, and they can verify either way, and you can actually change it to a business account. It does not cost you any extra money at all. Set it up. Business account, you'll be good to go. Now, the concern I get is you'll notice here as we look down at what they require, they want a legal business name, a legal business email. They want us to re-enter the email and then put in a password. Okay? You guys see all of that there? Well, don't fret if you don't have any sort of a legal business set up already. The reality is they don't need a truly legal business name. Like, it doesn't need to be registered in your state or anything. They just want to have a business name on file that they can, recognize you as. Now, eventually, if you do register something more legal and long-term in your state, well, then you can go back and edit your account. But as for now, you can make something up. And I would suggest something very generic. For example, my initials are TRS, so I might do something like TRS Global or TRS Global Enterprises. Okay? Or I could do something like TR, just my first and middle initial, TR Internet Ventures, or TR Global Solutions. You know what I mean? Just some sort of a general name that eBay can identify you as. And that'll be just fine. Okay? Legal business email, right? I'll just put in an email that I have here. TrevorShip@yahoo.com. Although, notice the notice I got here. It says your email address is already registered with eBay. So if you've got an email that's already on eBay accounts or on their data or somewhere in their database, they won't let you register a new account with it. So I would have to put in something different here, right? Whatever that is. Make sure it's a valid email that you use, though. The question is, do I need to set up a brand new email address? You can. And I would suggest Gmail. Gmail.com is where I think most of you guys, if you need to set up a new Gmail account or a new email account, you should. Gmail.com is a good one. But it doesn't really matter. Use an old email that you're used to using. And you can sign up with eBay using that. It'll have you re-enter your email just below. So I could put this back in, TrevorShip12@yahoo.com. This isn't a real email, by the way. I'm just doing this as an example. Then I've got to create a password. It wants 6 characters, a number or symbol, and at least 1 letter. So make sure you follow the guidelines there and write out a password. Okay? That could be what? 6 characters, so it could be my name, 1. I could also use a symbol, right? Whatever. Create a password for yourself. You need to put in a phone number. They require that, so go ahead and put in a phone number. It's going to ask for a legal business phone. Well, that's just your phone. Put in your cell phone number, and then you're going to go ahead and hit register here. Now, I can't show you beyond this because this is all just sort of template dummy information. But it's going to like you take you into a new screen. And a lot of times these days, eBay will actually assign you a user ID of some kind. So that when you sign into your eBay account, you can sign in using your email and a password or a user ID and a password. Now, your user ID is not your email. Let's just make that clear. Your user ID is usually something different, okay? So they'll either assign you a user ID or you can help eBay come up with it and create it. I got to tell you, though, it doesn't really matter what it is. So many of you guys are so consumed by, hey, wait a minute, what should I use as my user ID? I don't even know what I'm selling yet. How can I possibly put like a business name or a user ID on my eBay? First of all, guys, you can always change this over time. So let me be clear that nothing is, nothing's set in stone, right? You can change all of this. And then two, it doesn't matter what it is. You could call yourself Sparkly Pink Unicorns. That could be your user ID. And you could be selling electronics and sporting gear and household products, and it wouldn't matter. People do not care about what your eBay name is. They just don't. I can't emphasize that any more than I just did. I'm going to leave it at that. So don't labor over what you're calling yourself on eBay. We don't need to worry about branding right now. We need to worry about selling good quality products at good prices that are visible and sell well on eBay. That's what we need to worry about. So when you get past this register screen here, guys, please just don't get too bothered by the user ID, okay? And I will say that user ID is very important because your coach will probably ask you for it. They'll want to see your user ID. You might just email it to them and let them know what it is, because when you want them to see one of your products, if your coach has your user ID, they can easily go and look it up and see your stuff on eBay. So that's a great thing to share with your coach to make sure they have. One caveat with that, when you get listing things on eBay, usually it takes about 24 hours from the time that you list it to the time that your coach will be able to review it and see it using your user ID. So list something today, but email your coach tomorrow at the same time with the user ID, and then they can check it out, okay? And that's it, guys. I mean, it's as easy as that, getting your eBay account set up. They may have you go back to your email and confirm it, and you can do that. I won't show that to you right now. That should be pretty straightforward. If you can't do this, if there's some part of the process that's not working very well, please contact your coach or give our staff a call. We want to help you with this. You know, we record these videos because we feel like there's something that can walk you through the nitty-gritty stuff that maybe you and your coach didn't get to on the phone this week. But if you need more help, let us know. We know these videos don't answer everything, and we want to help. So please contact your coach, call our staff, let us give you a hand. Let me just give you your next step. After you get your eBay account all registered and set up, you're going to need to set up a PayPal account, which we will discuss in another training. For now, get your eBay done. And I will tell you, since PayPal is the way we'll be collecting money when we make sales on eBay, when you list your first item to sell on eBay, they're going to actually ask you as part of the listing process what your PayPal account is so that you can get paid. Because a lot of you will ask me, well, Trevor, how do I connect my eBay and my PayPal together? Well, that's how. When you do your first listing on eBay, eBay will ask you, what's your PayPal email address, and you can give it to them then. And once you do that and you finish up your listing, when somebody goes and pays for an item of yours, that money will end up in the right spot, and you should be good to go. So, look, guys, I didn't want to cover much more than this tonight, just how to set up your eBay account, the how and the why, and I think we covered that to an extent. So I won't go any further. I hope this was helpful to you, especially if you're newer to the program. We're glad to have you here, and we look forward to working with you. Guys, thanks for being here.